in making, taking a step or an action that will result in us having to make a fix or a change that'll have a negative impact on the experience of veterans. And so we're trying to move forward in a planful and careful way. But you have pointed out something that we as the committee leadership acknowledge, and we want to be very careful about moving forward. So I want you to know you've been heard. And so thank you for testifying and sharing that. Are there other members of the committee that have questions? Seeing none, thank you, sir, very much for your time today.
Thank you.
The next person on the list is Kevin Knapp.
I just want to second what he said. I was here last year. I had a much worse experience. I was harassed by the Capitol Police and the Windsor Locks Police after I left here, before I spoke and after I spoke. I've been arrested numerous times for speaking. I've been to court 12 times for advocating and public input. And the fact that Connecticut thinks what's happening in Minnesota and LA is reasonable and acceptable, but me speaking at public input is not, is just absolutely unacceptable. So my name is Kevin Knapp. I'm a combat veteran, a 100 permanently and totally disabled veteran who served in the Sunni Triangle in 2004 as a combat turret gunner. I am here today not for myself, but for approximately 1,200 permanently and totally disabled veterans across Connecticut who live on fixed incomes while managing life-altering conditions earned through military service. We answered the call of this country during times of war, like we are today. We did not hesitate. We did not negotiate the risk. We signed our names knowingly we could come home changed forever, physically, mentally, financially, if at all. Bill 24-46 was presented as meaningful relief. It was promoted as support for permanently and totally disabled veterans, but in practice, many of us are still facing property taxation burdens that contradict the spirit and in some cases the plain language that was passed. Veterans on fixed incomes are being told their land, garages, pools, and outbuildings are taxable in ways that effectively dilute or deny the relief that was promised. This is not what veterans were led to believe when this bill was passed and celebrated. At the same time, Connecticut has reported multi-billion surplus reserves in recent fiscal years. The state has funded major infrastructure projects, economic development incentives, and other large-scale initiatives. I am not here to argue against investments in Connecticut's future. I am here to ask why permanently and totally disabled veterans are not first in line for the relief when the state is operating in surplus. This is not about party politics. Veterans come from every political background. When we served under commanders-in-chief for both parties. We do not get to choose the political climate when we deploy. Service members do not serve a party, we serve the Constitution. If Connecticut can accumulate significant reserve funds, it can invest in large public projects, then it can ensure that permanently and totally disabled veterans are not nickel and dimed in municipal level. I have filed formal complaints and I'm pursuing legal remedies against the Connecticut General Assembly and members that sit in front of me today. I am asking the committee to clarify the implementation of Bill 24-46 statewide that was bipartisan, passed unanimously, 246-0. We need to ensure municipalities cannot erode promised exemptions through technical interpretations that put permanently and totally disabled veterans at the front of physical policy discussions, not at the margins. We carried out our duty when called. I am asking you to carry out yours. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to exposing the bad actors in Connecticut that have chosen to attack me and my rights in hopes of censoring me to shield the fact that Connecticut has chosen money over its veterans. I stand before you like I did last year and offer my help for free for any veterans. I will never stop advocating for veterans, and we should bless our troops. I also want to point out I applied for the Connecticut veteran manager position that was open to the public, and I was told by Connecticut that I do not qualify because I'm not a current Connecticut state employee. But in the job posting, it said it was open to the public. So I just want to make it of record. I have been discriminated against by police, judges, William Tong, every single person in the state chain of command. I have emails, records to that's why you guys changed this whole committee, was because of me. I was not inducted into the Veterans Hall of Fame, nor was my brother. My brother was part of this entire act, who is also 100% permanently and totally disabled veteran, who had a brain tumor. He's also schizoaffective now. He gave up everything like I did to defend this country. I was willing to die for everybody in this room before I knew you. It is a shameful thing that Connecticut can put money over anything while illegals, criminals, and all these other things are at the forefront. Politics should never override the sacrifice veterans have given to this country. Any questions? I'm open.
Thank you, Mr. Knapp. I'm looking to members of the committee. Seeing none, thank you very much for your testimony.
See you guys in court.